My name is Amy Teresa, and I live outside of Philadelphia, and I am an actor. And I was struggling with a lot of weight gain recently, like after I became vegan. And I think a lot of people have this idea that you're going to be vegan and then you're going to be like really healthy and lose a lot of weight. And for me, it was kind of the exact opposite. I was more vegan and just kind of all of a sudden just eating a lot of the bad vegan stuff. Like if it was vegan, I was going to eat it, like donuts and like going out to dinner and like any new restaurants that had vegan options or vegan restaurants. I would go out and just kind of go a little bit crazy with pizza, and vegan cheesesteaks, and you name it. And unfortunately, I ended up gaining a significant amount of weight for me and for my frame. So it was really difficult because I kept working out like really hard, and I was running every day, but I was not doing anything to manage my caloric intake. Like I kind of just had the idea that I could just burn it off by like exerting energy, and that wasn't the case. But I kept trying, no matter what. Like I just kept thinking that somehow this is going to work, and it didn't. And I could just feel myself getting more and more like depressed with the way I looked and the way things weren't fitting. And then you would see pictures of yourself, and being someone who is an actor and who's on screen, it's really disheartening to go in and you kind of have an idea of what you look like, but then you can see yourself on a screen and you just don't match up to the image that you'd like to have in your head, or that you do have in your head of what you look like. And so it ends up hitting your self-esteem. And I think I was kind of depressed about it. I didn't feel like motivated to work on roles or like push myself, because I knew it would be really disheartening to see myself even in something. So it was really negatively affecting my self-esteem. And I had been like looking for a program, and I had been following Corinne for a while. Like I love the videos because I thought they were always positive. They always had a really good message. They always provided information that I thought was valuable, whether it's workout related, whether it's food related. And then, Corinne always posted about the students and the results of the students. So I thought that was extremely interesting, just to see a lot of the before and afters, and you could see like the dedication that was there on the part of the coach, on the part of Corinne. So I thought that, I definitely piqued my interest, and I followed for a while, really just kind of lurking. And then one day there was this post, and I think it was like 2 in a row. One was, "Oh, steady state cardio, are you doing it?" And I was like, I am doing it, but it's not working for me. And then the one right after that was, comment with one of those hearts if you want to lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, or whatever. And that was the one. I commented, and I got a DM, and that's kind of how the journey started. And when we had that first conversation, remember, I was hesitant about timing and being able to commit, and worried that it wasn't the right time, all of these things. And, you said to me, and this is something that, I know you echo, Corinne, in everything that we do in all the classes, there's never the right time to start. There's always going to be something. There's always going to be something that takes your time. There's always going to be something that makes it inconvenient. But, and those were really powerful words, because I sat and I said, you're right. It is not the right time, but it probably will never be the right time. So I'm just going to go for it. And then I started the program, and I started, I was about almost 140 pounds at the time of starting. And I know that that's not a terrible amount of, it's not terrible, but for me, it wasn't where I was comfortable. Overall, my body didn't necessarily really look very bad. It didn't, I think I looked fine, but I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I wasn't happy with that weight. It was really depressing for me. And I guess you could also see too that like I had like an all over layer of fat too. So while I may not have been extremely overweight, I just felt like I didn't look my best. And then when I started the program, things started happening pretty quickly. You know, the structure of the workouts, the structure of the meal plan, everything was laid out and it told you exactly what to do. And that is what I needed. I need someone to, telling you what to do. So I followed it as close as as close as I could, because you make some mistakes and you have a lot of questions at the beginning. But the coaches and Corinne are always there. And Corinne was my coach, so you were always available if I had a question, instantaneous. So after a few weeks, you really start seeing improvement right away. It really works fast. And at my current weight now, after actually I really saw pretty much my results at the end of my first time through. I got to 122. And now I'm maintaining a weight between 124 is 125, but I'm happy there because I'm working on building the muscle too. Yeah, but along the way, like the entire time, like Corinne is always there to be a support system, and he has great advice. He encourages all the students. There's great support amongst the students as well. On there's the Facebook page. And then in the classes are great. Even if you can't get to them when they're scheduled, there's always a recording. I listen to the recordings pretty much every time. If I miss a class, I always listen to the recording. There's a lot of great information. And if anyone has any doubts about whether or not it works, it absolutely works. You only have to follow it. That's all you have to do. You have to follow the meal plan, do the workouts, talk to your coach, and it will work. It would also help if you get enough sleep. That was a problem for me early on too. But if you can get enough sleep, that will help you as well, because that was a hurdle for me. But yeah, Corinne, you were great to work with. And anytime I had a question, anytime we had an issue, when I hurt myself with my leg was being weird for a little bit, it was not a problem. You just checked in with me. You gave me specific stretching and exercises to do that helped, that really mitigated any of the pain I was feeling, and then modified the workouts that I could let that part of my leg rest. And then slowly introduce it back. So, that was one thing too that I was always confident about, is if anything like with injury related, it's like I know that you have the knowledge on what I'm dealing with and how we can get around that. So that was, just your wealth of knowledge about fitness and about sports, like from a training perspective, just gave me a lot of confidence that, I could continue on and we would just modify. Yeah, overall it's been great.
All right, awesome.